Hey guys, Campbell here and welcome to the channel. In this video, we're going to be showing exactly how you can maximize your income today and also going through some key takeaways that you can learn how to really be effective with your money. So make sure you stick around to the end and that way you'll be able to get some extra special bonus tips that I'll be sharing with you. First things first, I just want to share exactly why maximizing your money is essentially really important. And if not, one of the most important things that you can be spending your time learning about right now. But before we go into that, I just want to say this is my very first ever YouTube video. So if you like what you see here, go ahead, support the channel, subscribe, it will mean a lot. And also like the video as well if you really enjoy content like this. Actually, I'm a consultant by profession, and one of the things that I have to do as a consultant is sell and sell a lot. And essentially what I sell is education, and education is extremely powerful. But what happens when you're in a position where you can't afford an education for yourself? Does that limit your opportunities for growth? Actually, a lot. That's one of the key takeaways of why money is so important. We never want to be held back. Now, the first thing that we're going to be talking about is number one. So there are going to be 4 key takeaways for maximizing your money. This first one is increasing your income. So this is essentially crucial, and you might know that, if you're looking at people that have really high incomes, they make hundreds of £1,000s, millions a year, then it might be really easy for those people to maximize their money. However, it doesn't have to be like that. You could be on a really small salary or a really small wage and still be able to maximize and increase your income based on what you have. So back when I was around 19 years old, when I kind of got my first real professional job, if you might want to say that, I started off in sales, and it was just something that I really wanted to get better at. The more you're able to help people, the more you're able to help yourself, i.e. make more money. A key thing of mine was to be really able to learn as much about sales as possible. I have a ton of books in my quote-unquote library. It's more like a stack of books on my desk. But most importantly, that was something that I would do. I would go ahead and learn new things about sales so that I could get better results, essentially make more money. Now, in that journey, as I was going through sales, I was making around £3,000 a month at the age of 19. And for that, I was actually quite happy at the time, but I knew in the environment that I was in, I had further potential and that I could do better than what I was doing. So that is when I decided to invest in a course. It was around £2,000. And from that course, I was then able to learn how to sell at a higher scale. From that, I was able to not just double, but even triple and nearly quadruple my income from that very course. So that is a key thing to begin with, increasing our income. And it doesn't matter where you start. It can literally be, if you have no job at the moment, to really going out, giving it your all, and finding that first job, or if you're in that first job, asking how you can actually do more within that company. So maybe you could get a raise, or maybe doing a side hustle, or just doing things that are going to boost your money on the side. And it just takes a little bit of creativity. Maybe it just takes for you to, take 30 minutes for you to sit down with a pen and paper and think, what are the things that I really enjoy that I could actually, profit from and also have fun doing at the same time. So that's one way to really get started increasing your income. Pay yourself first. Now, even if you're on a really high income, making tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands a month, if you are spending every single penny of that, giving it to somebody else, then you will never be able to maximize your income, because you're not actually keeping that money for yourself. Put it in a savings account. You've got to think about it like this. If you are to build up money for yourself, the more money that you can keep from what you make, the better for you, because that money is that money that you can then take and use to multiply for yourself later on. Okay, so the third one here, guys, is essentially reducing expenses. Reducing expenses is just really looking at how we can spend less on things that we need for our day-to-day lives, rather every month than spending, £300, £400 on the fanciest new clothes. Maybe you already have enough clothes and you don't need to splurge out on a load of shopping every month. But there are loads of other things that we can also do. Maybe that is, for example, not going for the brand new iPhone 6000 that's out. Maybe you just want to go for last year's model, which, you know, is always going to be pretty awesome. Minimize the amount that you're spending, so that way you've got more cash for yourself again. So it all comes again kind of to like paying yourself first. All right, guys, and we come to the final one, which is number 4. Actually, right now, that is the favorite one of mine. I mean, they're all great, let's be honest. But number 4 is investing the money that we've now saved up. Number 1, by increasing our income. Number 2, by paying ourselves first, so we are actually keeping the money that we get. 3, by reducing the amount of money that we are spending each month in order that we can keep that cash to then now invest into different vehicles. Now, this isn't financial advice, guys, but without any risk, there's no reward, which is all part of the game. And when we're investing, it's essentially just allowing our money to work for us. There are lots of ways to invest, and whether that be in the stock market, whether that be in real estate, whether that be in precious metals, whether that be in cryptocurrencies, you know, there are lots and lots of ways to invest our money to go and work for us. Now, when we are investing our money, it's a great way to be able to multiply the money that we have, purely because now we've got all of our hard-earned cash being able to generate more money without us necessarily having to be there. And that is really the golden goose, because when you've got something that is able to produce your money without being there and your money's working for you, that's where you really start to get the leverage. And there's nothing better than being able to see your money grow without you ever having to do anything. And that is a lot of the times where you hear people say the rich get richer, because there is something called the magic of compounding interest. Check this out. This is what compound interest actually looks like. I'm just going to be using this special compound interest calculator to show us what an initial balance of £1,000 is going to do over the space of 40 years. And we're going to assume that we are going to make 8% of growth per year. Now, there are lots of vehicles that can do this, so make sure you subscribe, because I'll be sharing a lot of those in my channel. We're just going to assume that there is a growth fund on the stock market that is doing that for us at this time. And all we're going to do is add £500 a month. So let's find out what happens after 40 years. Our final amount will total an epic 1.6 million, and all we'll have done is put in £240,000. So we will have made 1.4 million in interest on our actual original money. So everything that we're all doing is really allowing us to take the money that we have to invest to make more money, so that at the end of the day, we can actually let our money do all the hard work for us and just chill. So maybe you don't want to chill. Maybe you want to take that money and build an empire like Elon Musk. But at least then you've got the options. And that all comes down to the whole purpose of this video, actually being able to have the money that we want. The purpose of it is not just for the dollar amount, but just to give us the option. So maybe, you know, your kids at one point want to do crazy things and you'll be able to give them the opportunities to. Maybe right now, you know, you're 15, 16 watching this and you've got dreams to go and travel and you just don't want to be limited by money. Maybe your parents can't give you those funds. So taking these lessons and applying them is the greatest thing you can do. Maybe in your early 20s and you want to go out and start having a place for yourself and moving with your partner, and you guys want to have enough money to go and do that. The ability to make these smart decisions now is the best thing that you can do, because it ultimately means that you won't be restricted by money. And really, if you're earning money, the best thing is that you've already got an income that you can start maximizing right now. And even if you don't have money, you can start doing things to get that money so that you can be on your way to allowing yourself to have the choices that will make for a meaningful life. All right, so time for the bonus tips. Well done for staying to this point, because this is where it gets really, really juicy. So number 1 is really simple. Start today. Guys, the sooner that you start, the better. The sooner you can make this all work for you, essentially. So really nice and simple. Just start. Now, number 2 is also a really good one. It's really simple. It's just to set a goal. Maybe your goal is to get a job. Maybe your goal is to get a better job. Maybe your goal is simply to stop spending money on things that you don't need. Or maybe your goal is just to simply open up an investment account and make your money work for you. Whichever it is, set a goal and it's going to increase your odds of achieving it much, much more. If you actually write that goal down, then studies show that you have a significantly better chance of actually achieving it as well. So go ahead, get a pen and paper after this video and put it in writing. Also, a really key point just to mention for our third tip is not to compare yourself with others, because at the end of the day, everybody's got a different story. Some people are born with different circumstances around them. Some people have different opportunities. So it's really just important to make the most with what you have available to you right now and do everything you can. Finally, the fourth bonus tip is go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you've really enjoyed this. Let me know also what you've really enjoyed about this video. Which one of these do you think you can start using right away? And guys, that is it for this video. Really hope to see you in the next one. I'll be posting 2 videos every single week on matters relating to money, maximizing it, managing that, and multiplying your money. So stay tuned and subscribe so you can get to see all of the juice.